joining us for the men's under-18 Cup finals between BC and Ontario. The next game commencing at shortly. The Cup round, men's under-16 between Alberta and BC.
Commencing at shortly o'clock.
Well, it's like way past 1:30. Starting 15 minutes ago.
I forgot to start the game last night. The game of the next game, Shane got that.
Thank you. The writing is much better on this one.
So as we watch commiserations amongst the BC team and celebrations with Ontario, we get ready for our final match of the afternoon, which on paper looked like it potentially could have been the championship round for the under 16 men's category. But in fact, British Columbia has won this round robin competition a couple of hours ago with the points for and against that cannot be beaten by either participants, Alberta or BC2. So this game, in fact, is a silver medal game, and we'll wrap up our tournament. And so Alberta taking on BC2, and we'll look at the lineups for each team now. Cameron St. Amand in the front row with Nick Taylor and Claudio Cabana for Alberta. Tony Cow and Aaron Seum are in the second row. Riley Sedge is the flanker, but he wears number 6, but I believe he is the scrum half. Cole Davis is the flanker. James O'Neill, the captain, at number 8. Jaskaran Singh wearing number 9. Connor O'Neill at the fly half spot. Noah McDonough on one wing and David Ralph on the other. Jack Major and Blake Madej in the centers. And Cameron Padley.
Ladies and gentlemen, your BC
Emerson Padley, at fullback. Nathan Amy off the bench. Cade Mior. Tyler Rockwell, Ryan Shoup, Justin LaRock, Darian Morrison, James Anderson, Brandon Atkinson, and Zachariah Pilgrim off the bench. For BC2 in the front row, Keaton Armstrong, Kyle Joe, called his name a lot, the hooker, and Sam Turner. Colton Darroway in the second row with Austin West. Thines Dunereld in one flank, Nick Graham Racy, Ross Mazichuk, Tamar Tucker Harrison at scrum half, and Andrew Hazlett at the fly half spot. Liam Murray and Miller Thine, Jay Lee and Carl Smith on the wings. Cody Kelher at the fullback spot. Jay Richards on the bench along with Jake Tapp, Sam Engstrom, Ben Struthers, Brennan Provost, and Justin Cuerda. BC's bench getting a little thin. They're allowed up to 25 players, but they will in fact just dress at 21 by the looks of it, as there's no number 17. So things really improving here weather-wise. The raincoats being shed for shorts and t-shirts, and we still might have a nice Sunday here yet in Vancouver. And the teams are starting to get their gear together. Some of the teams have got to go to the airport and get the flights back east. But BC and Alberta, by their geographic proximity, one of the last games of the afternoon, switched around to allow for the scheduling of flights, etc., based on the playoffs. So Doug Cross bringing you this final game with I think Brian Kelly dropping in at some point. Busy afternoon of coverage here for the Rugby Canada Communications Department.
Taking the pitch, contenders for the men under 16.
So now the Ontario team still getting pictures taken underneath. Ontario wrapping it up for the pictures under the posts, and Alberta will be wearing black and playing from right to left on your field, and BC2 wearing white jerseys and playing from left to right. Alberta gets this underway. High ball and the hand up in the sky for the hooker, Kyle Joe. So he's trying to get some of the sun out of his eyes. The sun, bit of a problem now. Certainly wouldn't have thought that a couple hours ago as the fly half. Andrew Henslet gets it down the field. Immediate counterattack opportunity from the scrum half. It's actually Jaskaran Singh wearing number 9, but plays in the back 3. And so we'll adjust for that as Sedge is the fly half, or scrum half wearing the number 6 jersey for Alberta. One hopper pass, no knock on. Karen Lozada controlling this final game, and she's already done 2 games today, and she is one fit referee as we see the inside center, Liam Noah Joe Jack Mahar. Nice string of wrong names there. As Jack Major counterattack by BC. Alberta collecting that, but not before the whistle. In fact, that's David Crisp refereeing. It's looking a different area of the field there. BC getting that ball down the line now. Driving in on the counter ruck, but that ball coming out BC side. Black jerseys putting the pressure on the white jerseys here. So about 3 minutes gone in this first half. We're scoreless. BC working hard to secure that ball, but it's gone the other way. Alberta ball. And that's a try. Sorry, we had our picture off just as that try was being scored. And that is the flanker from Alberta, Cole Davis, scoring that one.
From Alberta, Cole Davis.
So Alberta with the early 5-0 lead. This is a big physical Alberta team. BC's going to have to contend with some hard charging action from this Alberta squad. Kick will be taken by number 10, Connor O'Neill. yards, just inside the 22-meter line, but on the angle. We'll stretch it out to maybe 23, 24. Oh, and he's missed that wide, so the score stay 5-0. And BC will be energized to get back and score a try. If they can convert it, then that's even better. And they'll take a slim 2-point lead if they can manage that.
Number 3, Claudio Cabana. Number 4, Tony Kawa. Number 5, Aaron Sexom. Number 6, Riley Ketz. Number 7, Cole Davis.
So the end of this match will be the end of a week of great rugby here out in Vancouver. Alberta getting a hand on that ball from the restart, but it's been knocked into touch and right through the signage over there.
Number 13, Blake Madej. Number 14, David Rolfe. Number 15, Emerson Padley. Number 16, Nathan Amey.
So Ontario having a great day here in the medal count,
Number 18,
taking a couple of golds here.
19, Brian Scher. Number 20, Justin Larocque.
BC winning the U16 men's division, and we've got to find out what's happened in the U16 women's division.
Number 24, Zachariah Pilgrim.
British Columbia will have the put in.
1, Keaton Armstrong. Number 2, Kyle Joe. Number 3, Sam Turner. Correction. Number 4, Colton Durbin. Number 5, Austin West. Number 6, Phoebes Dunabel. Number 7, Nick Gumris. Number 8, Ross Mosachuk. Number 9, Tamar Tucker Harrison. Number 10, Andrew Hensley. Number 11, Jay Lee. Number 12, Liam Murray. Number
Ball
13,
down the BC line now.
Number 14, Carl Smith. Number 15, Cody Keller. Number 16, Jay Richards.
That's being held up. Alberta trying to turn the BC play around, but instead, now a break through the line. This is a chance. It's going to be a score for number 10, Andrew Heaslett, the fly half for British Columbia. And he has knotted the score at 5, but more importantly, scored under the posts. And that is going to give them the conversion most certainly, and a 7-5 lead if they can pull the trick on that. So looked like maybe a bit of a hopeless prospect as Heaslett came out of the middle of that maul, and a couple of Alberta players had a hold of him, but then he just managed to pull away and go right under the posts from about 30 meters out. And so what a turnabout here for BC. Just as quick as that, they're in the lead 7-5. 6 minutes gone. So we might be in for a bit of an old-fashioned shootout here between these two teams.
Score is tied at BC. BC 7, Alberta 5.
High restart from Alberta. Oh, and that might have been knocked on by the BC player. Now a big drive from number 8, James O'Neill, the captain for Alberta. And they're feeling a sense of urgency that they got to get back in the lead here. Silver medal on the line in this Cup round robin match. BC the winners of the under-16 round robin. All to play for second place in this Cup round. And that's the inside center, Jack Major. And he is, just through the in-goal area. He's not into touch, so he was pushed out across the try line and out the side of the in-goal area. So it'll be a 22-meter dropout. Coming back for a penalty, in actual fact. understand that right, it's feeding into the scrum, but that would be an indirect penalty or a free kick, not a straight arm penalty. Unless that's an indication for a dump tackle, but then you'd be probably giving someone a card, so unclear what happened there. Oh, not into touch. And a bit of interference. The number 8 laid a shoulder in, and that was completely caught by the referee. And so it'd be choice of kick or kick, and they'll obviously take the option close up. It was like Jay Lee trying to come down that wing, and the number 8 from Alberta, the captain O'Neill, put his shoulder into him well after he had chipped. And really, O'Neill lucky that he wasn't shown the gate for that. That was a pretty blatant shoulder charge on the winger. Now that hasn't found touch. Oh, just finds touch as Jay Lee is hot in pursuit. Just in case that ball didn't find touch, he was going to put some pressure on his opposite number down that side and see if he couldn't cough that ball up for his team. A much drier looking Jennifer Smart, enjoying everything in front of her. She was looking like a drowned cat a little earlier on with all her borrowed rain gear. Stepping up the middle now, the fullback, doing very well, Cody Keller. Tight spin pass, the scrum half for these managers got to be more careful with their rosters. Driving, nice run, still staying on his feet, number 19, Ryan Shoup. Now that's the captain, O'Neill. He's gotten his team to within 6 meters. Good ball down the line now. Twisting through the line, Alberta keeping the drive alive. That ball comes out the back now. Alberta swinging it left. The link up through Connor O'Neill. PC trying to turn the ball carrier around and get that ball back. Stays Alberta side. A couple of more to go. Could be another try. It's going to be number 12. Oh, does he get the ball down before? What's the call here? Try given. The inside center, Jack Major, getting the try. So Alberta back in the lead 10-7. 11 minutes gone in this game now.
Alberta try awarded to number 12, Jack Major.
So big conversion here. From the touchline, O'Neill, who started that movement before getting that ball out wide to Major. I think it's going to be one of those back and forth games here. Our third lead change, just over 11 minutes. That ball goes wide to the left. So the score will stay 10-7.
Alberta 10.
British Columbia will have to restart this. Now, will they try and recover with one of those 10-meter dandies with lots of height, or are they going to go deep? And deep is the answer. Still a high ball and lots of time for BC forwards to get under it as Nick Gramercy tried to put some pressure on. Now driving to the left is Carl Smith for British Columbia. Oh, stolen by Alberta. Knocked on now. Alberta frustrated. Number 21, Darian Morrison throwing the ball down after the knock on. He knows they can do better. They've got a slim 3-point lead. And if they want to beat this talented BC team, they're going to have to put their very big A game together. Oh, bit of a bobbled ball coming out of the back for the scrum half. Tamara Tucker Harrison. BC trying to kick this game up a notch. That ball kicked into touch. It'll be Alberta throw in just inside their own half. There's lots of friendships forged here in this tournament. Kids from across the country getting to know kids from other parts of the provinces, and even within their own province, where some of the teams got multi units within age grade. So big opportunity now for Alberta up the wing. That's James O'Neill, and he's hit neck high. And will we have some discussion about this after the fact as the flag goes up for touch, but that was a bit of a throat tackle there. It's going to be a yellow card, the high tackle against British Columbia. See something in the referee's hand, but maybe the player will say no. He's writing down a name and address. That's it. You're going for a few minutes. BC player trying to defend his action. Oh, and he will stay in the game. I guess just jotting down that he had spoken to the player. I believe that's number 8, Ross Mazachuk, going a little high on that tackle. A lot high, to be fair. And so now Alberta will come down into British Columbia territory. Benefit of the throw-in now. Let's see what this Alberta backline can do as they spread themselves long and wide. BC disrupting that throw-in. Loose pass, another loose pass. Alberta starting to rattle a little bit as David Ralph comes up into the line, is immediately tackled. Now, a step inside for the fly half. Hensley. Quick offload. Alberta soaking up that pressure easily. Now that's Kyle Joe, the hooker. Daddy always said never trust a man with 2 first names, but I think that was only in cards. I think Kyle Joe will be okay. Now, Jaskaran Singh, one of the back 3 players for Alberta, despite wearing the number 9. Service from Zachariah Pilgrim. Scrum half. Oh, and that's a great run from O'Neill, the captain. Flip back inside to Cole Davis. Ball coming back now, Pilgrim. Straight hands down the line, interrupted. BC now driving back, but it'll come back. knock on by British Columbia. Alberta will have the put in. Getting set to get these front rows together. So now, feeding the scrum, and that's that's the more appropriate call, the free kick. He had awarded a full penalty previously in this game for similar offense against Alberta. Oh, and Alberta shouldn't have let that one bounce, and they did. Noah McDonough over on that far side, now having to deal with the fact that the British Columbia team is into Alberta half here with the line out. Oh, and a second jump by Alberta. What a tremendous, or rather British Columbia, tremendous jump, and secures the ball. Despite the Alberta throw in. Oh, and BC just reached in and stole that. It was just laying there. The ruck was over. Alberta's had to retreat a little bit. Pilgrim directing traffic. O'Neill, now he spilled that ball forward from the ruck. A chance for the outside center, Miller Thind. Things getting tight in close there. Now a whistle. So it'll be scrum here for British Columbia. Into touch now. Just a few meters out from the line. BC does not want to come away empty-handed, but now they'll have to deal with a line-out throw from number 3, Claudio Cabana. Loose ball on the line. Alberta charge down now as they tried to get the clearance kick. It'll go into touch. But was there something else that happened there first? Now they'll take, looks like they'll take the line there. And off the BC hand, so it'll still be Alberta throw-in. So Cabana from nearly the same position, but they've got to do better on their clearance kick. Get this down the park. And the Alberta lineout just not firing on all cylinders. Now it's going to be another charge down possibly. Kick straight up the middle as a result of the adjustment. Now that's the winger, Lee. Jay Lee under pressure brought to ground. So Alberta stifled behind their own 22 a little bit now. They get a little bit of breathing space and kick that into touch. About 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Still a tight game here, 7-10 the score. Alberta with a 3-point lead over BC. The Ontario ladies making their departure from this tournament, getting onto their bus to head for YVR. Flight back to Toronto. Be a long travel day for those ladies. As not all of them live in Toronto. Some are in Ottawa, some are in London and Kitchener and Kingston, and you think about all those places that in the outlying regions to have to get to from the airport. Clean take by O'Neill in the line. This is urgent ball by Alberta. Quick hands now. Now on the outside. This is Jaskaring Singh. Oh, and he's just towed his way down the line. He'll score the try. And so sorry you missed the try there. Spectator in the way, and so we'll let you know that it was the wing down that side, number 9, Jaskaran Singh, with the try. And one of the BC players was protesting, saying that that was going to be in touch, that there's tufts of dust that might have belied that there was chalk coming off his boots, but it was a nice run down the line. And so that's an important score for Alberta here, as we have the fly half, Connor O'Neill, taking the kick now. And he had the last kick from almost this position, and he missed it. Lead up. Oh, hey, he's hit that one much better, but that may be still short. It was certainly on track, but fell short by a couple of meters. 15-7 Alberta over BC. So Alberta now with some fight there as Claudio Cabana takes the ball in the hand. Pilgrim. Pass back inside to Ryan Shoup. This Alberta backline very much clicking down the line, very crisp passing. The Alberta attack stalled by a knock-on. It'll be a scrum for British Columbia here. So an important score, because now it's 2 scores BC needs, either a converted try and a penalty, or obviously a couple of tries would help them out a lot too, but definitely a converted try by itself leaves them still 1 point adrift. That's an interesting kick, actually. I was going to say it was not that great, but oh, and the foot into touch. Alberta not thinking that Jack Major didn't think he had his foot near the touch line and that he was going to have a chance for the counterattack. Instead, it's line out for BC. So slight error there on the part of the inside center. Kyle Joe will throw it in for British Columbia. Can hear the telltale clink of medals getting organized for the next presentation, which is going to be the silver and the bronze for the cup competition here. There's the lift. Oh, takes a funny bounce before the scrum half. Tucker Harrison could get to it. Now getting on the outside, the nice job by Keller, the fullback. Now it'll be Alberta retreating following a penalty. That's Sam Turner. Turner, one leg wrapped up there. He goes to ground as he put the ball on the wrong side. He might have known it's still with BC. Oh, and the one hopper off the chest and arms of the fly half, Andrew Heinslet, and that is halftime. And so we have Alberta leading 15-7, and we're going to take a couple of minutes off to reset and back with more action from British Columbia right after this.
So Rugby Canada has a very comprehensive high performance plan. It involves us looking after our athletes so that they can be the best that they can be. We look after them in the way of technical and tactical support through world-class coaching, as well as strength and conditioning, sports psychology, nutrition, medical support and off-field support to help them in their careers after rugby.
Yeah, the City of Langford has partnered with Rugby Canada to provide facilities here for Canada's rugby team at City Centre Park in Langford. We're excited about having them here in Langford.
Having the team centralized at the Centre of Excellence is of numerous benefit for the program. We're able to tap into the Canadian Sports Centre Pacific here in Langford, and having the ability to watch the players train day in, day out, watching them work on their weaknesses as well as improve their strengths, gives us the ability to plan long term, and also from tournament to tournament really targeting our key areas where not just the athletes need to improve, but the team needs to improve.
I chose to centralize at the Center of Excellence because I want to be the best in the world, and we have the facilities and coaching staff to do that.
The Canadian Sport Institute has given us the opportunity to train at a world-class facility with the best coaching and sports science in the country. It's an exciting time for Rugby Sevens in Canada. With the Olympics coming up in 2016, Canada has a good shot at winning a gold medal.
So just recently we were traveling to Houston and Vegas, and coming up we get to go to 2 cities in China, and then we have London and Amsterdam coming up, and concluding this year we'll be in Moscow, Russia for the World Cup. We have a really close-knit group of girls, and we're very competitive with each other, which drives us and pushes us to become better, and that'll help us out when we're in Moscow, being able to feel like we're at home and keep each other together and pushing each other.
Every time our players step onto the field, we want to ensure that they're at their peak abilities and able to perform at their very best to represent Canada in the way they want to and the way we want to.
So what we're trying to build here at the Centre of Excellence is actually a culture of excellence, whereby our players
So here we are back for live action in the second half of this silver medal competition, a round robin of the under-16 men's competition. And Alberta scoring a try late in this first half to take a 15-7 lead, but do not count British Columbia out on this one. There's a big break by Connor O'Neill, the brother of James O'Neill. And that's still alive. Ball going to ground. Alberta wearing black, going from left to right now in this half. So the skill level's very high with Alberta in terms of the passing that they do. Oh, some of those BC players may have been leaving a touch early. Connor O'Neill wrapped up right away. He's got some forwards back and support as Pilgrim decides to go it alone up the left side from that ruck. As we're into the final half of this National Championship Festival here. Oh, whistle offside. And that's the right call. British Columbia will have to retreat 10 meters. Here's the kick to touch that did not find touch. That'll be Lee on the far side, Jay Lee. Seen him with some big runs already this game as he runs it back into cover support there, middle of the field. Spinning it to the right now. Alberta matching up well. Oh, now there's a break. This is gonna be a foot race. One man to beat Jasker in it, Singh, but now the outlet pass to Jay Lee. Jay Lee is going to score out wide. Jay Lee of British Columbia working hard to catch up to number 9 on his team. And that was just a fantastic run by Tamar Tucker-Harrison there. Tamar Tucker-Harrison taking it up all the way, and then the offload to Jay Lee, almost 10 meters out, maybe 15, and Lee just blazing in on the wing. So 3 points the difference now. With the conversion to come, they'll be 1 point out if they can kick it, but either way, they still have to score again. So if he misses, it's not a huge deal because a penalty would still tie it. A try would win it. But why make life tough on yourself? Make this kick instead. Miller Thine taking this kick for BC. It's a right-footed kicker set up on the right side of the posts. He's got a tailwind, so a few factors in his favor. That ball goes low in front of the posts. So now, table set for the penalty to tie at a minimum. And I'm not sure if they would require a winner in this game. We'll have to find that out because this is a round robin, so a draw may stand depending on the points differential. So we'll get some clarification on that in a moment. But too early to start talking about that now as we're just 3 minutes into this second half. Alberta wants to respond by getting another try and making a 2-score lead one more time. Oh, and the bounce off the chest from British Columbia. And that's not what they need to get themselves back in this game. So we just stepped away to speak with our crack statistics team. And I know we're not in a tie situation yet, but the table is set with BC2 just 3 points adrift, that if BC were able to kick a penalty and the tie were to stand, there would be no extra time in this game, that much for sure, and that BC2 would win the silver based on total points in the round robin. So BC in an interesting position where they can play for the tie or the win, but not sure if their coaching staff knows that math. So, you know, they may be pressing for the go-ahead try when all they need is a penalty kick. But for now, they've got enough time to play some open rugby, try and win it straight up. But Alberta holding the lead at 15-12 in this second half. Big three-man pod driving, but repelled by British Columbia. Spin pass now to the right. Half gap. A little bit behind the player. Advantage being played on the knock-on. Big clearance kick down the line, and the touch flag goes up. So now it's a line out for Alberta, holding a thin 3-point lead here. It's going to be a scrum now. Two front rows come together. Ball coming out quickly from the back. Miss out pass. Now that's Jaskaran Singh. Wing for Alberta. Boy, look at the rucking going on there. BC's come away with it now. That's the second row. He's pulled, oh, was he pulled into touch? Not before the whistle. Yeah, they're going to take the pull into touch as the second row. Austin West did well to come away with that ball in the loose situation. Run down the line. Claudio Cabana will throw it in for Alberta. Overthrows his target. Gets to Cole Davis, but the referee not satisfied. It was straight, so they'll have it in 15, and it'll be British Columbia's put in. Zachariah Pilgrim, the Alberta scrum half, puts his hands on his hips while he waits for the BC scrum half, Tucker Harrison. Get to the back foot here now. Bit of a high pass for his fly half, Andrew Heasland, to deal with. Swinging it wide now, drop ball. Alberta taking it the other way. So a bit of a mistake-riddled afternoon for BC2. They're putting several good phases together and then dropping a ball. There's going to be a yellow card here, I think, as the fullback, Cody Kelleher, comes over. Don't have referee Mike this afternoon, but a yellow card about to be flashed. And it's going to be, is it the fullback Keller going? Yes, it is. So not sure what he did. Must have come in behind the play. We'll see some sort of an indication from the referee. Interestingly now, the BC player sent off. Is he coming back now? He is, and now it's Alberta possibly with the penalty. I've never seen someone return from banishment like this. Must have gotten the wrong number. He's sent off again. It wasn't enough the first time. Never seen this before, but it seems that Alberta is retreating 10 meters. This is very odd. Now Alberta's got the ball in hand, okay, but still, the man, Cody Keller, the fullback, had already been sent off. Then he was called in and looked like he was sent off again for another sin bin, but he's, I guess, just sitting there for one. If it was a red card, he'd be right out of there. So the kick down the line, that won't find touch, will it? No, it won't. That's Jay Lee. He's done well to keep it alive. Look at the fancy footwork he's got as he drives out of a couple of tackles there. So still not sure if now British Columbia is short-handed too, but I don't know if they've figured out yet that a tie will get them the silver. And, you know, if I was the captain of that team and knew I needed just a tie to capture some hardware, I'd start kicking that ball down in the Alberta end all day long and wait for a mistake and a penalty and secure at least the draw and then go for the win. Now, Alberta slinging that out wide. Here's a chance on the loose ball. Alberta player getting it there first and picking it up. And that is Jaskaran Singh getting that ball in heavy traffic, and he's feeling the ill effects of that one. Pilgrim now. First one step up by Ryan Shoup. Pass behind, well collected. That was a superb job by Noah McDonough. Wing out on that left side for Alberta, catching that ball on his hip as it went behind him. Now swinging it back right. Again, that's Shoup. He's been keeping himself busy in this game. Ball released quickly. The flanker, Davis, now. He's found a gap outside, and he's got some help on his back shoulder. Can he get the ball? Doesn't need it. Cole Davis with the try. And so Alberta adding to their total 20-12 as Davis, the flanker, went it alone. He had some help outside. So that will change British Columbia's approach now. The threat of a tie going away with that try. They need to think about scoring tries now at 20-12. It's a 2-score lead again. So the kick being taken by Connor O'Neill. He comes around, and that's going to go in front of the posts. But Alberta not too worried.
Try is no good. Score is
Now the restart from British Columbia. Alberta organizing a sustained attack here now as Pilgrim gets the ball out to Claudio Cabana. Now BC leaving their feet, another penalty. They have been fighting that penalty bug all afternoon long, and now Kelleher was sitting in the sin bin area, and I don't know that he wasn't ultimately red carded. Maybe that was the second card that we had. It was not that he was yellow carded, that he was red carded upon advice from the assistant referee on that side. So Claudio Cabana asking for a ball, finally getting one. I know the supply of balls have been getting short at this tournament as they mysteriously disappear around the edges. So now the overthrow by Alberta. BC will have a scrum in 15. About 13 minutes left in this game. And we'll be saying goodbye for another year in terms of National Championship Festival Rugby. You fans in Alberta watching this game, we are coming to Calgary next year for the festival. So get set. We were there in 2010 and we're ready to come back again. Oh, big driving tackle back. Outside center Miller Thine repelling the Alberta tackler. The knock-on is against British Columbia, and so Alberta will have the put in. This game has not had a great flow to it, got to be honest. It's just gone in fits and starts, despite the nice try just recently by Alberta. There hasn't been a lot of just flowing passages of play. And maybe Alberta can get this going a little bit better now. Ball at the back foot now. Alberta with a kick down the field from the fly half, Connor O'Neill. That's taking an awkward bounce. He can't find it. Two Alberta players there to hem in Jay Lee, and he is desperately trying to run his way out of there, but it's like doing laps in a phone booth. He's not going to go anywhere. And now the ball coming out BC side. Help has arrived. The white jerseys there in numbers. Now passing along their own back line in behind the 22. Find. Now is Alberta going to come away with that ball? Yes, they are. Comes out Alberta's side, and they've just been larcenous at the breakdown, stealing the ball. And there's hands out wide if they want to use it. Oh, and they should have passed it out. Did he score the try? Yes, he did. Ross, you seeing what number that was? It's him out jogging up the middle there. Hearing a yell out for Ryan Shoup. Ryan Shoup scoring that try.
Correction, Ryan Shoup. Score is British Columbia 12, Alberta 25.
So now British Columbia probably coming to grips with the fact that the comeback is not in the cards. 13 points behind and possibly 15 points behind. Actually, another important conversion, right? You missed this one. It's two converted tries. Still won't do that for you. That yeah, it would. Two converted tries would get you a 1 point lead there. And so a ray of hope for British Columbia. If they could score two converted tries and keep Alberta from across the whitewash, they could still get a 1 point win here. Or alternatively to get the silver. Also, don't forget that 13 points would get them the draw. So a couple of penalties and a converted try would get them the draw, but I don't know if there's enough time for all of that. Offload from Alberta. Swinging it to the left side now. Finding passage. Open that wing. Ball still alive. Where's Pilgrim? He's looking for it. Question of where the ball is. It's come out BC side. Clearance kick right in the arms of the Alberta back wing, Jaskaran Singh. Oh, and the give and go, the fake pass, and now falls behind Singh, doesn't go forward, offload to Noah McDonough. He's immediately tackled by the fullback, Kelher. No, as Kelher is not back on the field, so. I believe that was Thine that made that tackle. Now, straight down the line, the miss out pass working well. Number 14, David Ralph getting on his horse, and that ball still alive. It's gonna be another Alberta try. I want to say that might have been Shoop again, but we'll have to confirm. Looks like, I will say that was Shoop on that try. This game is well and truly done for British Columbia now. So Alberta looking to be the silver medalists in the under-16 men's category here after the round robin competition. BC won, winning that competition. Still 8 minutes left in this game, and unclear what game plan British Columbia might have as we wait for the conversion kick to come from Connor O'Neill. Oh, that's a good looking kick, but it's just off target. So nearly 29 hours of online programming this week from the National Festival, and just a little bit to go before we're all done here. Cole Davis driving into the line for Alberta. Now that's Pilgrim, partially tackled as he was getting that pass away. A British Columbia player that's down, that's Thine. He's getting up now. No, that's number 18, Jake Tapp. Now Alberta coming out of that with the ball. Oh, and those BC players might have left a bit early, but the attack going down the right wing now. Two of them trying to run in the same space. That's the fullback, Padley, still alive, offloads to McDonough. McDonough now back inside and with the link-up support there. Alberta forwards arriving now. Extra attackers all the way down the line. And they've got the advantage outside. Poor pass, but flinging it through is Justin Larocque. And there'll be another Alberta score. And boy, it's happening now. So I'm thinking the referee may end this one early as the wheels have officially fallen off the BC cart in this game. 35-12 with the conversion to come. We may well see full time here after this conversion, or maybe one more kickoff here. Who's to say? Big long stride and kick into there, but the conversion's wide. We'll have time for some more here.
Alberta try scored by number 14, David Ralph.
So David Ralph getting that try.
Conversion is no good. Score is British Columbia 12, Alberta 35.
It's now, not sure what the delay is here, but looks like an Alberta player coming forward. That's the captain, O'Neill. He's being brought forward and being consulted with a referee and saying maybe this will be the last play, something like that. Kind of awkward that he would be called up for that. I think they're not looking for a ball. Ball is in Miller Thine's hand. So I don't know what the delay is here. They're making a lot of changes now, getting more players on the Alberta team switched in. Maybe to get them a couple minutes before the championship, or the silver medal game is over. Ball knocked on. British Columbia will try and get to the line one more time. Sam Turner now driving hard. Now being driven back. BC desperate to put another score across in front of their home fans. Oh, and it's just been that kind of afternoon as Tucker Harrison is tackled before he can get that ball away. Actually, Tamar Tucker Harrison replaced by number 20, Ben Stothers. Oh, and the flag goes up, and just as the player goes into touch. So this will have to be one of the last plays of the game, and the substitutions keep coming in. Thanks to Jillian on camera and to Ross McLeod for helping on the switching and other technical aspects. Big ball batted down by British Columbia. Kyle Joe driving into the line, trying to keep his team's hopes alive for at least another score. And now it's a penalty. They'll take it quickly. Sam Engstrom now gets this restarted. Now over to the fly half. Henslet. Spinning it back up the middle now. This won't be a clearance kick. Jay Lee takes it great on the fly. That's a nice take under pressure. He's immediately tackled by number 21, Darian Morrison of Alberta. That ball's gone loose. And now a big tackle put in by Blake Bidet of Alberta. Not rolling away in the tackle, and the scrum half, Ben Stothers, is hit as Kyle Joe goes into the line trying to bounce off a few folks. Sam Turner Also running into the line well. So that's the final score, 35-12. So Alberta wins the silver medal in the bowl competition, the cup competition here. And Quebec has won the plate in the under-16 women's division.
The awards
No?
for the U16 Men's Cup Silver and Men's Cup Gold coming up soon.
Apologies there, Jen.
Plate silver Quebec, cup silver Alberta, and it's all the men's.
So the plate silver goes to Quebec, cup silver for Alberta, and the men's cup gold goes to BC1. And now I understand. And so we'll stay with things for a minute and just soak in the scene and see the players coming off the field. So it's been a great week here in Alberta. Alberta, now I'm really losing it. Alberta's won the silver. We're in Vancouver, and this is going to wrap up our coverage of the National Championship Festival of Rugby here for 2013. Congratulations to all the winners and all the participants. And thanks to everyone who helps make this happen, all the volunteers, all the coaches, all the referees. So you see people madly scrambling around to catch buses and get taxis and get home after a long week of rugby. That will do it for us here, and we are going to say goodbye until we meet again. Have a good time and have a good rest of the summer. Thanks for watching. We'll talk again real soon. All these videos online at YouTube. You can find them through the video player at the nationalfestivalrugby.com website. Talk to you again real soon.